Okay, so this happened summer of 2012. August, I was going to become a senior. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a cell phone. So I kind of felt out of the senior. So I didn't feel like, I was grown. I was cleaning the kitchen. I was actually trying to look for a summer job so I could save up some money and get me a cell phone and a car. So I was cleaning the kitchen. I remember that day I was cleaning the kitchen. My mom was in her room, and she yells at me, and she's like, "Liz, get the granite countertop cleaner so you can clean the granite." And I was like, "I don't even have that." It's like, okay. So I got it, and I was like, "Where'd you get this from?" She's like, "Oh, I got the idea from a lady that I clean her house with, maids and more." And I was like, okay. So I started cleaning. And so she comes in the kitchen like 5 minutes later. She hands me her phone. She's like, "Here, Holly wants to talk to you." And I was like, okay. So Holly's my mom's boss. So I get on the phone. I was like, "Hey, what's up? How are you?" And she's like, "I'm doing good. I have something to offer you." And I was like, "Yes." And then she was like, "Maids and More is looking for an office assistant." I was like, in my mind, I was like, "Well, I'm looking for a job, so this is kind of awesome." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." So she's like, I was like, "When do you want me to come in?" She was like, "Can you come in tomorrow at 8?" I was like, "Yeah, I can come in tomorrow at 8. So then I go in there the next morning, right? And as soon as I walk in, I see this glass desk with the computer and the sticky notes and the pencils and everything. I was like, that's gonna be my desk. I'm gonna be sitting there, be answering the phone. So the walls were so white, and there was windows, and how sometimes in movies so bright, it's the light is just bam, That's how kind of I felt. I was like, this is so nice. And as we walked in, there was a banner that said, "Maids and More, creating time for busy people." And I was like, well, I'm going to be a busy girl now, and I'm just 16. So, I had been training that whole week. Weekends, you sleep in. And I wake up because my parents were screaming, right? I was really mad. I was trying to sleep. I go in my mom's room. I'm like, okay, 1, can y'all keep it down because I'm trying to sleep? And 2, why are y'all fighting? My mom was calling my dad that he was stupid for what he had done. He was dumb. Why did he do that? So I was like, okay, calm down, guys. What's going on? So my dad's like, I got the expedition towed. I was like, why? How did that happen? He was like, well, I went out drinking. He didn't go out drinking soda or water. He was drinking beer. I hate beer so much. So I was like, okay. He's like, and your mom doesn't want to take me to go pick up the expedition. He's like, okay. And so he's like, can you take me? I was like, sure. So I get my stuff, I get my car keys and everything. We leave. And then on our way over there, he was like, can you pass this door? He still had a hangover from last night. I was like, no. He got really mad at me for saying that. I was like, I'm not going to be in a car with a drunk guy. So then, I thought it was going to be a 15, 20-minute drive. So now we're in 20-minute drive to the place. And I was like, we got there, and he's like, I forgot my wallet. It's like, you forgot your what? I forgot my wallet. Like, okay. He's like, do you have any money? I was like, I have my debit card. He gets in my purse and takes it out. At this point, I was like, that's my money. I'm not going to pay for your mistake. I get out of my car, and he, he's walking all like a brave man. I'm going to pay with her card. No, he's not going to do that. I get my card. I snatch it out of his hand. I get in my car, and I just leave him there. I get home, my mom's like, where's your dad? I left him. Why? So I told her what happened. And then she didn't say it was okay, but she didn't say it was wrong. So I was like, I guess I did something good in a way. My phone had been ringing the text messages because my dad was calling me, right? He gets home 2 hours later. He was drunk again. And you could tell, because you can tell when he's drunk, he just starts speaking English in a really weird accent. And I'm just like, he's like, did you not hear my phone calls? And I was like, yes, I heard them. He's like, why didn't you answer them? Because I didn't want to talk to you. So I have that tendency to say stuff at the wrong time all the time. No. So then he's like, you do not know how bad I want to take your phone away. He's like, I don't want you to call me anymore. I don't want you to ask me for permission or anything. take my phone. You know, I was trying to be a tough girl at this time. I was like, okay, I'm going to delete your number. He gets my phone out of my hand and throws it. I was like, okay, that was so weak of me working. No, you don't do that. So I throw the keys of my car. He had bought that car for me. And so my uncle calls me the next day. He's like, hey, I heard the problem you had with your dad. I'm selling a car. Do you want it? I was like, yeah, sure. It was $3,000 down payment. I just had $2,000 in my savings account. So I had to call my boss, and I was like, I told her like the whole problem, and I was like, hey, can I borrow $1,000? You can just be taking them out of my paycheck. She was like, sure. So I was really stressed out because I didn't have any money in my savings or checkings account. And I owed this lady $1,000. So I was like, okay, I can do this. So I paid her back the money, And then I hadn't talked to my dad. I went up to him and I was like, I'm really sorry for what I did. I know what I did was wrong, but he's like, yeah, you have to respect me. He was still with an attitude with me after what he'd done to me. It's like, yeah, but what you did was wrong too. And so he was like, well, I'm sorry as well. I was like, okay, and I mean, I'm not saying that what I did was right, but what I did made me grow as a person, because not only did I disrespect my dad in so many different ways, but I had to borrow money to buy my own car, and working for my stuff is really hard. And now you've showed me that after I disrespected you, I had to go through this whole process by myself.